REED-BBS. Finally glad to hear that Jaron Boots Ennis will be defending his welterweight title finally against CODY CROWLEY. They'll be meeting July 13th. That's Saturday, July 13th at Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of the Liberty Bell, the dreaded Philadelphia Eagles, Rocky Balboa, and whoever else. Philly, Bernard Hopkins, Danny Garcia, you get it. And this will be Boots' first official fight as the full title holder. You know, he's been the interim champion. Him and Roy Monville fought for the interim title. That was Boots' last fight, and it'll basically be a year when he steps into the ring against Crowley that he's been MIA. And for that I blame PBC. PBC utterly and completely dropped the motherfucking ball as it regards Jaron Boots Ennis, who to me is the best pure talent currently in boxing, the best pure talent. Now that talent has gone largely unfulfilled. We can't get my man in the ring enough times. We can't get my man in the ring against quality opposition. But it's truly because motherfuckers won't fight him. They're making the offers. I would assume PBC made the offers, but they didn't do it. They didn't do their due diligence. PBC didn't. You had this man in your grasp for years, 2, 3, 4 years or whatever it was. He fought on a couple showbox shows. Then there was the Uyaba fight, and then Lippin Yetz and Chris Van Eerden and the dude that Virgil Ortiz just knocked out. His name escapes me right now. Boots knocked him out 3 years ago in the first fucking round. Then came the CODY CROWLEY fight, and they could just never pull the trigger. Or should I say, refused to pull the trigger. And for that, I'm predicting PBC will regret it. I mean, you just had all these PBC fighters on a Canelo Alvarez undercard, but instead of featuring Jaron Boots Ennis, again, the best pure current talent that we have in boxing, PBC instead elected to go with Imantas Stanionis and Mario Barrios when you had this guy right in your grasp. So for that, I don't blame Boots at all for going to Eddie Hearn. It's a goddamn shame. He had to go to a European promoter to get him the kind of dates and the kind of promotion that his talent wants. But better late than never, and I'd rather someone actually gets off their ass and promotes Jaron Boots Ennis than no one. And it's rare. It's enough boxing people out there looking for reasons to bitch and moan about PBC. I don't do that. But when it's warranted, when it's time, when it's called for, when it's justified, I'm front and center. PBC dropped the motherfucking ball, man, on this one. They're going to regret it. And Eddie Hearn is going to get him to where he needs to get him, chiefly and primarily because of his affiliation with His Excellency Turkey Allah Sheikh, His Excellency. Because of that, and now Turkey Allah Sheikh is talking with TerenceCrawford, and he's got Crawford on the card in August. We're going to see Boots versus Crawford. If both of them handle their business, keep all their ducks in a row, keep everything aligned, we're going to see Bud versus Boots probably in 2025. But let's let them two handle their business right now. I'm just glad Boots is in a position to finally start getting the fights. Now, it's kind of weird to me how he's remaining at 47 when everybody else is pretty much at 54 now. But whatever. I'm assuming Eddie Hearn has a plan. We're going to see how that works out. Boots on his homecoming, he said, "I'm excited for my homecoming, especially being the first to fight at the Wells Fargo Center, the biggest arena in Philly. I can't wait to show out and put on a beautiful, dominating, crushing performance in front of my family, friends, and supporters while defending and retaining my IBF world title in spectacular fashion. I'm ready to step on any and everybody that's in my way. Cody Crowley with boots. He's 31-0, 28 KOs. Again, he's the reigning IBF champion since Bud was stripped. Cody Crowley, 22-0, 9 KOs. 31-year-old. He's Las Vegas based, but he's from Canada. He took a more cerebral, more of a workman-like common man approach to his comments. He said, 10 years ago, I arrived in Las Vegas with a dream of becoming world champion, unbroken by the sport. The only thing left to do is to prove to the world in the city of brotherly love that I am an undefeated champion. My spirit is unbeatable, and I will fight for those who are too scared to fight. I will become the greatest in the world for my dad, who I love and miss dearly, my home country of Canada, and for world peace, so that others do not have to endure the same suffering. There is nothing anyone can do to break me. There is nothing I am not ready for. The next chapter is already written. Well said, Mr. Crowley. Like, goddamn. I don't know if he's preparing for a boxing match or if he's preparing to become Miss America or something with the nod to world peace. But I'm all for that. I'm all for that. And I'm not all for the way PBC just fucking dropped the ball, basically gift-wrapped Jaron Boots Ennis and gave him to Eddie Hearn in Matchroom. Y'all gonna regret this shit, man. All these other motherfuckers y'all putting on these lame-ass pay-per-views and selling like 5 and 10. Hell, some of my... I got a video that got more views than some of these pay-per-view fights that PBC been putting on in the last couple years or so. But it's whatever, man. It seemed like a natural fit. Al Heyman, PBC, Jaron, Boots Ennis. But they dropped the ball. They didn't want it. The fans, boxing fans, will benefit because regardless who he's fighting. If he's fighting me, you, if he's fighting a woman, we need to see this motherfucker in the ring sooner rather than later. So viva Jaron, Boots Ennis, viva Eddie Hearn, viva Matchroom, and viva DAZN, since they'll be broadcasting my man's fights. And low-key, viva to His Excellency Turkey All-Out Sheik. REED-BBS, BBS. Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television, Red Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.